summer saw me, I'm a skeleton man. Smoke cushion, eat alone, licking some grams. Once upon a time that I was on the shit.
Hello, Internet.
And interwebs.
I am Scott. Yes, bald is my natural hair color card. This is...
Robert. Oh my god, I can't believe he just said that, James.
We are two guys who watch movies. And today we're doing something a little bit different. Today we're actually talking about movies. Wow, that's completely unlike us.
I know. A
We
conversation about movies.
Yeah. So it's just a new segment we're trying. Now that we've just finished up our Matrix month, aka the month of semi-silence.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
we made it through 2 weeks.
Made it through 2 weeks, exactly. So we decided we were going to end this by talking a little bit about our own experiences with this rather interesting film series. And we're going to be going through actually all the films. We'll start with The Matrix, go on from there. This might become a regular segment. We might do this from time to time, especially after we do like our big months, because then we have a whole collection of movies. We're not going to do it for every single film though, because there's some movies where, yeah, we're doing a script for it, but don't have a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah.
It's a movie. We saw it. We thought it would be fun to make fun of it.
The end.
That's it. That's all we gotta say. So today we're going to talk about The Matrix. We'll start off, of course, with the first Matrix film. And I personally have a lot of experiences with this, a lot of stuff to talk about. But I'm kind of curious for Robert. So what do you remember of the first Matrix? Like, how did you hear about this film?
I saw it by accident.
Well, there you go.
I was going with a group of people to see another film. We were 22 minutes late for that film starting. The Matrix was coming up. We said, what the hell? Not being a Keanu Reeves fan, this movie was not even on my radar in any way, shape, or form.
Gotcha.
And when I saw the movie, I went, ooh, that's good. That's pretty much my whole beginning, middle, and end of that.
See, yeah, my story is a little bit longer because I first found out about the movie because me and my friends went to see another movie that some people might have heard of, Payback, starring Mel Gibson, which we also loved. But we were watching the trailers, and normally I don't remember what trailer was, what movie or anything like that, and I can't tell you whether trailers were there. But we saw the Matrix trailer. Now, did you ever see the trailer for the Matrix? Okay, so for those of you who have not seen the original trailer for the Matrix, they do not explain anything. The whole trailer is asking the question, what is the Matrix? They show you a whole bunch of scenes. A lot of the bullet time effects were shown in there. So it showed you, hey, you're going to be seeing some things you've never seen before. And there's a couple lines in there, including the "Welcome to the Real World" line. But it doesn't actually explain the plot line at all, which I love, because way too many trailers, especially in the 90s, they give you the whole plot line in the trailer. There was no reason to even watch the movie, you were going to say.
Sexy black guy.
Lawrence Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne. I remember, I lied. I did see one trailer. It was him in Time magazine holding a battery.
Oh, sure, okay.
I just remembered that when you were talking.
So the trailer ends with the website, www.whatisthematrix.com. So after we saw this, I was in college at the time. Me and my friends, the next day we were in college, during the class we were supposed to be working, we instead go to whatisthematrix.com, and we spent the entire class, looking at the website and seeing all that was in there. Because one of the things you were supposed to be able to do is hack the Matrix. If you hacked the Matrix, it would actually reveal certain clips from the film that were not in the trailers. So you could see additional clips before the movie came out, which was interesting. And I think there was also some other things. I can't remember everything. I'm sure there's still websites out there probably somewhere that have all the content. I wouldn't be half surprised if someone grabbed it and made copies of it and put it out there. But anyway,
way back
it was rather interesting. The funny thing is that we did all of this stuff, and we were so excited about the movie, and then we completely forgot about it. And the movie released, and we had no idea. Because we had a habit of not paying attention to release dates and actually marking them on the calendar. God forbid we actually would have a calendar and mark things on it. So what ended up happening was me and a group of friends were going to see to the theater, and we were looking at the movies, and we were actually planning on going to see The 13th Floor. This movie came out about a month after Matrix. But it turned out that the theater also was still showing The Matrix at that time. So we were going to see The 13th Floor, but then you saw also The Matrix. And we were like, I don't know if we really want to see The Matrix. I don't know what the heck that is. And then all of a sudden, it clicked in my head. What is The Matrix? Oh my God, that was that website. That was that trailer. You remember that trailer? That was really cool. And then we saw the site, and we went to the site, and we spent like a whole week looking at the site. It was so awesome. And my friends were like, yeah, I got no idea what you're talking about. But I still convinced them to watch it. So we went and saw the movie, and it blew our minds. Oddly enough, we were like, we still want to see that 13th Floor. Next time we come by, we should see it. Oddly enough, it wasn't there anymore because that movie did not last as long, because the problem was, even with The Matrix having been out for a month, people were still watching that movie instead of the 13th Floor, and they actually hurt their sense. Which is too bad, because I did see the 13th Floor later on. It's not a bad movie. But that was our experience for The Matrix. And when we heard that they were going to be making sequels, of course, we couldn't wait. We were so excited about it. And then we heard about the Animatrix. Well, we were anime fans. So we were like, oh my God, now we got to see this stuff too. What about you? Because now we're moving on to the Animatrix, the next film. Now, I know a little bit of your story, but I don't know the whole story. I have to ask before you get into the actual watching of the Animatrix, how did you hear about it? How did you hear that it was a thing? Did you have any warning before you saw it?
I knew, the only thing I knew, because of Spirited Away. I think that was the Final Fantasy movie, right?
Spirits Within.
Spirits Within.
Yes.
Spirits Within, I knew the same team was doing one of the Animatrix shorts.
Yeah,
was it. That was my whole knowledge of Animatrix.
They did the Final Flight of the Osiris.
Right,
Yeah.
which I was one of the nerds who thought the Spirits Within, this is how acting is going to be in the future. Dude, I bought in. I'm like, yes, I love this. No holds barred, no special effect untouchable. I'm all in.
Right.
And then the movie came out. But then, but it was stunning. Visually, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was great. And then when you're going to do an Animatrix, that was a film about the pills with the black dude that could kick ass, right? Yeah. So that was the whole thing. Now, how I saw it is an entirely different story. I don't know if I can tell. So let me replicate this story by saying, don't do drugs, kids. So in college, we would have what we called bake nights, and bake nights were a special blend of brownies that one would consume, and we would watch things like Pink Floyd's The Wall, or like Monty Python's Flying Circus, or Animatrix. And my first experience was after having a delicious plate of, let's say, Miss Cleo's special brownies. And the movie was trippy.
I bet it was. With those brownies, I would imagine it would be.
I did eventually see it again during this recent rewatch,
right,
without the benefit of mind-altering brownies, and enjoyed parts of it.
Yeah. Oddly enough, for me, it was more along the lines of we were really excited about this, and we found out that the Flight of the Osiris, the final Flight of Osiris, which bridges the gap between the first film and the second film, was going to be shown in movie theaters exclusively with the Dreamcatcher, Stephen King's The Dreamcatcher. So I could not convince anyone else to go with me, and I went to see the Dreamcatcher by myself, so I could see the final Flight of Osiris. Actually, I take that back. I think my folks ended up going with me because I think my mom was curious to see it. I could be wrong, and you know.
You had the special brownies too?
No, I didn't have special brownies. I could be wrong. So yeah, Mom, if you're watching this, if I'm wrong, don't tell me I'm wrong. I already know it. I get it. I already get it. Stop telling me. She'll tell me anyway. It doesn't matter. But anyway. I did watch the Dreamcatcher, and the funny thing is that I watched the Final Fight of Osiris. I loved that short. It was just amazing. A bit of a downer ending, but at the same time, I thought it was amazing. And at this time, I already knew that they were coming out with the video game Enter the Matrix, and the Enter the Matrix was not only tied in with the sequel Matrix Reloaded, but it was supposed to be also tied in with Final Fight of Osiris, because the whole thing is they drop the package in the mailbox, and the first thing you do in the game is you're supposed to be trying to get to that mailbox. Or actually, not the mailbox, the post office. You have to get to the post office, and you have to get the package. So, I mean, it was tied directly into that short. I love the short. I remember even thinking to myself, boy, I wonder if I have to actually sit and watch the rest of the movie now. Because I was not that interested in seeing Dreamcatcher, but I did watch it. It was okay. We might do a script meeting on that sometime in the future, and then you'll get a better idea of what I thought of it. Yeah. If we do one, though, you'll have a better idea what I thought of that movie just from the script alone, trust me. It had some interesting things to say about that. But anyway, so that is how I saw Final Fight of Osiris. But the Animatrix, the rest of them, of course, were not released over here in theaters. They didn't release them overseas in theaters. So I bought them rented them on DVD at the time. I think it was DVD, might have been VHS. I can't remember. It's been a while.
I had too many special brownies.
I'm pretty sure it was DVD though. Yeah,
We'll
because
go
that
with
was 2000. It was DVD. Yeah, so I rented that, and I enjoyed them despite the fact that half of them were really beautiful, but didn't have great stories, or they had great stories, really weren't that beautiful.
Boy, are you being nice, but okay. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, they're a mixed bag. I do appreciate the stories, though. The stories are really good. But then you got one that's about like cat in a haunted house. I mean,
Which was my favorite one.
yeah, but it has nothing to do with anything.
No, but it was just so good.
It's amusing. It's amusing. I thought it was interesting. And then we come to the sequel, starting with Matrix Reloaded.
This is where I can actually tell a story.
There we go. So, how did you find out about the Reloaded, and where did you see it the first time?
Totally missed the theatrical release. Did not hear one word about it.
Really? So you did not hear what people thought of it?
No, didn't know it existed, didn't know it came out, totally off my radar.
Gotcha.
However, Enter the Matrix was very much on my radar.
Okay.
Which we ended up playing at a LAN party. Look it up, kids. LAN parties were cool. But anyway, which of course alludes to the Mitchell film.
Yes. It interweaves within it. Yeah.
Correct. It's what's going on off screen while what's going on
in
the movie.
Yeah, Niobe and Ghost, I believe,
right.
are two characters.
They're behind the scenes kind of.
Yeah, because they're in the movie as well, but they have very small parts in the film because their roles are completely in the video game.
Right.
So for the complete story, you have to play the game and see Reloaded. It stops at Reloaded too.
Yep.
Where it ends is where Reloaded ends, and then Revolutions is its own thing.
But after playing that game, to say the desire to see the film was increased 1,000-fold.
So you actually finished the game?
Oh, I finished the game.
I didn't.
I enjoy it. I know the fighting. Oh God, the fighting.
The controls and the bugs stopped me from getting very far in that. It's not like I disliked the game. I didn't dislike it. I just felt it needed more time. And unfortunately, they were trying to hit a certain date to get it out.
Ghost was one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise. So, and Niobe. Anyway.
Here we go. We got to make it creepy again.
Well, you know. But that made the desire to see the movie. So back then, if you remember, they had dollar theaters.
Yes.
Where you could see big budget films.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where I went to see it. Little dirt on the wood floor, nasty theater from the 50s. It was no frills. The curtains were danky, and it was But dude, I watched that movie like.
See,
to me, compared to the first one, it was a billion times better. And I know everybody's like, oh, that's sacrilege. I didn't like Neo as a clueless whatever he was in the first one. In the second one, he was confident. He knew it. Our hero knew what he was doing. Trinity, dear God, her character grew so much between 1 and 2. She went from being this off-screen elite hacker to this on-screen badass, which, yay!
Yeah, totally agree with, yeah.
So,
although I feel bad for you with your dollar theater because where I grew up, we had a dollar theater too, but the dollar theater was brand new. It was built to be a dollar theater.
oh dang.
So, and in fact, they built 2 theaters. And it was the same company. And they built one theater on one side of the town and the dollar theater on the other side of town, but they were identical. So the 2 theaters looked the same.
Neat.
And they were brand new, so they looked great, but you had different movies and different prices.
Right.
You know, oddly enough, they ended up closing down the dollar theater, and someone bought it, and they reopened it. I think they even kept the name too.
Oh, wow.
I think it's still running to this day. I could be wrong. The other theater, I don't think they closed. I think that one stayed open because I think they started focusing more on that one than the other one because they were making more of a profit on that one. But yeah, it was really beautiful, really nice. Getting back to what we're actually talking about.
Makers,
yeah, which I love this box. If I didn't already own this, I'd be stealing this today. So, Matrix Reloaded. Don't mind my comments.
Thief?
Don't mind my comments.
Of your own stuff?
Of my own stuff, yeah, because this is mine. This is actually mine. The Matrix Reloaded, of course, I was excited for because I did play the game as well. I didn't get very far. But I did play the game. I think I got to some sewer level where you had to fight vampires or something like that. I can't remember.
I think vampires.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Yeah, well, sewer level is a given. It's a video game, so obviously we'll have one. But I'm pretty sure, we had to fight vampires, because vampires were in the game. I think werewolves were and stuff like that. Because werewolves are mentioned in Reloaded. Because she's like, how many people keep silver bullets? You know, which is actually kind of a badass moment. So I saw Reloaded in theaters with my folks. Just because of timing. I was basically, I think, spending time with them because it was a holiday. So I think it was a holiday that we were going to see in theaters. So because of that, I spent the holidays with my folks. So we were like, hey, we should go see a movie. And they enjoyed The Matrix. They weren't as crazy about it as I was. They just thought it was okay. And it was a cool sci-fi movie as far as they're concerned. You know, me, I'm the one that, you know, still in college at the time I saw, like, it revolutionized film. You know, I don't feel as strongly about it as I do now. I still think it's a great movie, and I love the philosophical tones and everything in it, which fortunately we could not go into with the script meeting.
Oh God,
we could not talk about the philosophy. In fact, I had to cut a lot of the stuff out of the movie because there's just so much in the movie. We had to focus on what we thought was going to be, you know, funnier. You know, instead of talking about the more serious aspects of it. I absolutely loved the first film, so I was so excited to see the sequel. My parents were just like, yeah, that looks interesting. That might be entertaining, sure. So we go watch it. I love the movie. Reloaded, I was not really in the band of people who were disappointed with it. In fact, I felt it was on par with the first one in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it was part 1 of 2. You could tell. I mean, it stops on a cliffhanger. So I felt like it was just incomplete until I saw the next one. And so I was waiting for the next one, really. But, one other thing I wanted to tell. I love this story. How I saw the trailer for Reloaded. I saw the trailer for Reloaded in theaters at a midnight showing of Star Wars Episode 2.
Nice.
Now, this is interesting, because we're in the theater. The theater's packed. Half the people are wearing Star Wars costumes, okay? Everyone's waiting for Episode 2. Because we were hoping that this was going to redeem itself from Episode 1. So,
like the last trilogy.
So, we're sitting there, and the trailers start. And you could tell that they're all waiting for the film, of course. And when the trailers start, everyone's talking the whole time. And it's the one thing I hate about midnight openings, especially in my hometown, was that when you went to a midnight opening, people would not stop talking. So we're sitting there, the whole place is just muffled noise the whole time. The trailers start, you see the green trailer, and people start hushing, and like trying to get people to be quiet because they want to see what the trailer is up. Then the trailer comes up, people weren't interested, the muffled sound comes right back. So every single time, I couldn't hear half of the trailers that were coming up because all I'm hearing is background noise the whole time. You can't hear the actual trailer over the people. Then comes Matrix Reloaded. Matrix Reloaded, we have the whole green screen saying, it's approved for all audiences. Actually, it might have been a red screen. I can't remember if it was a restricted trailer or not. No, it couldn't have been because it was Star Wars. Star Wars is not rated R. So it was approved for all audiences. But here's the interesting part. The screen goes black. Everyone's kind of hushing down because they're trying to figure out what movie it is. But it stays black. So it gets even quieter because they don't know what movie it is. They're trying to get quieter because they think, oh, maybe there's a voiceover. We're not hearing it, right? And it stays black. And I think they thought maybe that it hadn't started yet or someone had screwed up something. And then a single line of green begins to scroll down, and everyone loses their shit. I've never heard an audience get that crazy about a trailer before. They were standing up applauding, and the trailer just started. Now, as soon as they actually start having voice, everyone's like sitting down, shutting the hell up, or going, shh, it's starting! And then we actually got to see the trailer. And as soon as the trailer was done, once again, thunderous applause, everyone's standing up. We couldn't even hear the beginning of the next trailer because they were still hooting and hollering about how awesome the trailer was. So, yeah, that was impressive.
That just proves the opinion of Star Wars fans cannot be trusted. Comment below, folks.
Nice. So, and we watched the movie. So later on, after I watched the film, Reloaded, I was actually pretty excited and still hyped up for Revolutions. I really was. How did you get to Revolutions now? Because you saw this one in the dollar theater. Did you see Revolutions in the regular theater?
This is the best story ever.
Okay. And did you see the trailer for Revolutions?
No.
Okay.
There was this guy named Paul who used to work at a computer store. And this bald guy that worked with him, I met him somehow just by chance. And we got to talking and found out we both love movies. Well, come to find out, this guy was a writer, and he was pretty funny. And he said, "Hey, let's start YouTube."
Go on.
You heard this story?
I think I've heard this story before. Please.
So let's
please
start
continue.
Okay, so we started this YouTube channel. It was pretty entertaining. It got 20 to 30 views each video, which was modest, but it felt good because we knew the people who were watching it were actually watching because they enjoyed what we did. Well, he said, "Let's do a Matrix month." And I said, "Oh." And he said, "We're going to do all the films." And I went, "Oh, that means the last one." And he said, "Yes." And I went, "Oh, if only get to see it." So I watched the last Matrix film.
When you said that, I missed that because I didn't realize this was your first time watching.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I did not realize that.
Yeah, this was the first time.
Okay,
I could care less when it came out.
Okay, so now I have to, because I didn't even know this. I had no idea. I have to ask, what did you think of Matrix Revolution, seeing as that this is the first time you ever saw it? What did you think of the conclusion, since you never saw the conclusion?
I don't normally yell at my TV screen. But when all the wires...
I don't believe you. I think you yell at your TV screen all the time.
I was okay. I even bought the part where he was blind, but he could still see.
Yeah.
He was still Matrix Jesus in the real world, fine. But when all the wires grabbed him, and he went back into Christ pose... Are you ready for a miracle? And they jacked him into the Matrix, I turned it off. So I still couldn't tell you how the end of the movie is. It was that disgusting to me. It was so pathetically, irritatingly bad.
It flames on the side of my face.
But you missed the Dragon Ball Z fight.
I don't care.
But you missed the Dragon
I
Ball.
cannot. Okay, these machines rely on us for energy. But they're going, the Christ Paul, no, they're going to take the spike, they're going to jack it in the back of your head. That suspended all disbelief. It took me out of the movie to the point where it's like, I'm done.
That's crazy.
I will never watch this again.
Okay.
So how did it
I
end?
did not feel the same way about that. I do not share that opinion. Okay, so you don't even know how it ended.
I know.
I do apologize for anyone who watches or has watched any of our pit strip meetings and didn't realize ahead of time we were going to spoil the entire film because that's the whole point of it. We're scripting out the whole thing.
But anyway, yes.
Yes. Now, for me, once again, I did see this one in theaters, and I saw the trailer ahead of time. And when I saw the trailer, I got a little nervous. The reason why is because, first off, like many people, after I saw Reloaded, I thought the ending of Reloaded was due to the fact that it was going to be revealed that it was a second Matrix, like the Matrix within the Matrix. It was another layer of control. Well, despite the fact that they already mentioned the actual second layer of control was supposed to be the one, and letting them go free. It was just part of a cycle that they were going to do. That was already explained, but at the same time, I was like many people thinking that, oh, well, he able to stop the Sentinels, so it has to be that he's still in the Matrix, that sort of thing. And I thought it meant that when he collapsed, he had actually caused himself to get out of the Matrix because the kid had done that in the Animatrix, where he had died and he had self-substantiated and been able to wake himself up. I thought that's what Neo had done in Reloaded, that he had self-substantiated and he woke himself up. Of course, that's not what happened. It's supposed to be that he's tied in now with the Source. Once he reached the Source, now he's in touch with the Source, and he is able to control anything else that's connected to the Source. He can actually affect it now. So when I saw the trailer is really big on the fight with him and Agent Smith. They actually show lines of Agent Smiths and the two of them fighting, and I'm like, wait a minute, we just had this giant Smith fight in Reloaded, now we're going to go one-on-one? There's like millions of him. Well, why is it a one-on-one fight? So I was trying to tell myself, well, they're just going to start off that way, and then he's going to have to fight the rest or something like that. I'm sure, they're going to do more with that. They're not just going to have a one-on-one fight. Why? No, that'd be crazy. Why would they do that? No, they won't do that. And then I found out that it was going to be mostly in the real world. It was not going to be in the Matrix as much. And I saw them fighting the Sentinels. They do show them in the robots. It's like, oh, the robots look kind of cool. Hey, we're going to have robots. That's neat. When are they going to put down the dome to protect themselves? Spoiler alert, there's no dome. They don't protect themselves. They're just wide out in the open, sitting in this freaking chair with nothing to protect themselves. Yeah, they got this cute, cool exoskeleton. They're firing guns. But you're just out in the open. So people could be like, oh, Ripley was kind of like that in Aliens. Well, one, she did have a cage still, which is why the alien queen wasn't able to just rip her out of it right off the bat, because her claws couldn't get around the cage, But even that I thought was, it was like, well, it's a loader. You're not using that for fighting. You're using that to load boxes. Why would you have a cage around you? Why would you have a protective covering? These are robots that are designed specifically for shooting machines. They're using these things in case they get attacked, in case the machines find them or try to go through the front gate. That's why they have these things. Why do they not have any shielding? The Sentinels have giant, long tentacles. It does not take much to go over there to swipe you or to grab you and pull you out of this stupid thing.
Well, they have seatbelts.
Yeah, exactly. The seatbelts are supposed to stop.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was already nervous at the trailer, and then I did see it in theaters. I cannot remember if I saw it with anyone. I might have seen it with my folks. I might have seen it with my friends, but I'm pretty sure I saw it with myself, because the problem is that everyone else who saw the trailer with me kind of had the same feeling. They're like, I don't know about this one. I'm a little nervous. So I did see it in theaters. And when they get to the final fight, I was just sitting there in the theaters thinking to myself, my God, I think I'm watching Dragon Ball. And the funny thing is, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. My one friend is. And I told him afterwards, after I saw the movie, I was like, yeah, we get to the big fight scene, and spoiler, it's a big Dragon Ball fight. And his reaction was, if I remember correctly, oh shit, I wish I saw it now. He did watch it later. He was actually happy with it, but he said it could have used more laser blasts, and
right, and maybe more screaming.
Yeah, I don't think he was entirely serious, but I could be wrong. But that was Revolution. In fact, that was Matrix Month right there.
That was Matrix Month.
We're done with Matrix Month. We are set. Any last word on what you felt about the Matrix as a whole?
I hope the fourth one is better.
we are looking forward to the fourth one.
Actually, yes, because
Yeah.
there'll be 100% less Keanu Reeves.
Well, he's in
90%.
He's in it.
I'm praying he's in it for the first 10 seconds, and that's it.
We'll see. We actually are planning on it, once they release a trailer. We are planning on doing a reaction video to the trailer, so we'll see. As long as we're able to do it in time. I don't want to have the trailer come out and then we're both unable to do it for like a month and then we do it. I hate it when you release reaction trailers, like the reaction videos, like a month after it comes out.
Right.
It makes no sense. So as long as we can get the video done in time, we would like to do a reaction video to that. We're also planning a reaction video to the Mortal Kombat trailer if it ever comes out. This movie's supposed to be coming out soon. They still don't have a trailer out. I can't wait for this freaking movie. I want to see what this looks like. I want to see what this Mortal Kombat's going to look like. Quick update on the channel. We are going to be going back to horror films for our next few script meetings. You can look forward to our next one, which will be the Jamie Lee Curtis classic, Virus.
Oh.
You can tell Robert's excited already.
I'm 75% excited. It's the last 25 that's got me pissed off.
Yeah. Well, the best part is that he just watched the movie. He never saw this movie before. I saw this movie in theaters. There's so many movies, these bad films. Not bad films, because Matrix was good. But I mean, there's so many of these movies that I actually saw in theaters. And he's like, I never saw that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we should do this one. What the hell is that one? I don't know.
Well, I'm getting to see him now, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. You're regretting it, but you're getting to see it
You'll have
now.
to forgive me about I'm a bit of a cinema snob.
Brad, please don't sue us.
Please, you're so much bigger. We're little. He's bald like you. Come on.
That makes a difference.
But to explain the cheap shout out, I am picky when it comes to, especially back then. We were broke. I mean, college student, I didn't have 2 dimes to rub together, so if I went to see a movie, it was a big deal. It had to be something I wanted to see, a lot.
During my college days, I actually had money to spend, so because of that, I went to the theaters about 3 times a week.
Oh, wow.
So I saw a lot of movies at that time. I wish I could say that now.
Right.
I can't say that now.
Well, now it's time.
Well, yeah. But it's mostly time. Just on the time. That's the problem when you're doing YouTube videos and you have 60-hour-a-week jobs.
Damn you, adulthood!
Maybe we should, do something about that.
There you
so,
go.
fun stuff. So that is the end of this first episode of Two Guys Who Talk About Movies, or whatever the heck we end up calling it. But that's what I'm going to call it. Even if you come up with a better name, I'm still calling it that. So yeah, that's it from us. So keep watching, all 10 of you out there. We got some good stuff coming. We've also got some other projects that we're working on, but we'll get into that possibly on our next episode of this. So until next time, see you later.
Bye! I gotta pee.
Sometimes I was feeling to man, smoke cushion, eating long, licking some grams. Years was upon a time that I was doing the shit. I can't bury my soul, I'm coming out the really said no time in life is so hard to shine. I got bullets deep inside of my spine. I'm reaching out for worlds hard to find. I try to live in this hard life. I thought that you would stop fucking wanting me.
nice and cloudy out, but there's gonna be other days where like the sun shines in, and then it's gonna be not so.
Oh!
Although when the sun's shining, we could probably have it closed and still have enough light coming in because the sun's fucking shining.
Thanks.
So it might work.
We are.
I know, but you're not supposed to be recording it
Why?
because we're not ready yet. I still had to go over some stuff with it. So
So
now you got to get up and you got to turn it
I
on.
know you know how to turn it off too. But I gotta get my drink.